Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday the 16th of April 2021. Today in Millwall news, quite a lot going on. We're going to start now with this from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is South London Press's online website. And today we got the revelation that Biakowski broke his finger early in the season. So let's have a read of it and I'll share my thoughts afterwards. It says Millwall keeper Biakowski reveals he played with a broken finger as he looks to be championship ever present this season. Bart Biakowski has revealed he played on with a broken finger as the Millwall keeper closes in on being a championship ever present. The Lions stopper has only missed 42 minutes of championship football in the last two seasons, and that was when Frank Fielding started against Preston on the opening day of the 2019-2020 campaign. Biakowski, Marcus Bettinelli, Raphael and Johan Barbet have not missed a second of action this season. I broke my finger 3 months ago, the Lions keeper told the South London Press. It was quite painful, but I managed to get through it. I had a splint on for 2 months and it was uncomfortable when I put the gloves on. It's not painful anymore, but the finger is not perfect. It is bent at a 45-degree angle and I can't straighten it. I spoke to the physio and he said Ben Amos did the same thing. I suppose you could have surgery on it if you wanted, but that is pointless at the moment because it is strong enough to carry on. It's just in a weird position. Millwall's Jake Cooper was one of 9 players to be ever present last season, along with Charlton's Dylan Phillips. And Biakowski is in no doubt that the lack of a proper summer break, as well as a pretty relentless fixture schedule, has been a factor in lower numbers this time around. It has been a crazy year. We started the season so late and then had to fit in lots of midweek matches, and that makes it demanding mentally as well as physically. It is not easy to go out every 3 or 4 days and perform to your standards. Lots of clubs have struggled, even Premier League ones that have got bigger squads. Maybe they can afford to rest 1, 2 or 3 players every now and then. We haven't been able to do that. I'm not moaning about it, but that's what it is. We are living in a difficult world right now, and these are tough circumstances. I used to watch more football on the telly, but this season I've tried to get away from it and spend time with my family so that I'm not thinking about football on my days off. I've started reading some books about healthy lifestyles, things you can do to help your recovery. They are not about football, but they are if you know what I mean. It's about trying to find new things to help you play longer. It is for now, but also for my future as well. Biakowski won the Championship's Golden Gloves Award in his first campaign at the Den, awarded for the most clean sheets. This time he's in joint third with Reading's Raphael on 16 clean sheets, Swansea's Freddie Woodman with 19 and Norwich's Tim Krul with 18 leading the way. Biakowski is facing a stiff challenge to add another clean sheet tomorrow as Millwall head to Brentford, the highest scorers in the division. If you make 1 or 2 saves early on in the game, then you kind of feel unbeatable, he said. Sometimes that is the case and sometimes you need a bit of luck. Defensively as a team we've been very solid, even more solid than we were last year. We've managed to concede fewer goals than most teams in the division. We've even conceded fewer chances than a lot as well. A lot of credit goes to the boys in front of me, and with the amount of blocks and tackles, unbelievable. It makes my life easier. Brentford are a fantastic team, one of the better, if not best, footballing sides in the Championship. They have got players who have scored 20 goals this season, but these are the kind of games you want to play. You enjoy playing against better sides because you want to upset them. We've got nothing to lose really in these type of matches. Millwall's top 6 dreams were dashed by last weekend's 3-0 loss to Swansea. It's disappointing to miss out on the playoffs again, but it's not the end of the world, said Biakowski. We have been short of players at times due to injuries, with Big Smudge, Coops and now Hutchie. We have got a good flat platform to build on. I know I say that every single year, but it's true. This group are so professional and we train hard every day. It will be a miracle if we got to the playoffs when we are 10 points behind with 5 games left. I'm not saying we can relax, I'm just being realistic. We are getting paid to do well on the pitch and we will give 100%. The gaffer wouldn't let us relax for a second. We'll still go try out and win the game. So there you go. So that's Biakowski. What I think is, so the voting for the player of the season, I think it ends on Tuesday. So what I think is happening is quite a few of the leading contenders are doing interviews with the press and stuff, and trying to get their voices out there. I think they're trying to have some kind of influence on that. Not overly, but I think it would be good. I think if you're a football player, you want to win the Player of the Year award. I mean, going back to these type of players have probably been winning awards since they were under eights and stuff. And you know, when you're in a junior team and you get the call up as to get the Player of the Season medal or the Players of the Season trophy. I think that's instilled in you from a young age when you're this kind of elite professional footballer. So I think that's what they're trying to do here. But I wanted to go back up and have a look at what he said here. Is where is it? It's up here at the top. So he broke his finger 3 months ago. So that would place it around about what, January? So that was isn't that when we wasn't playing very well? And we weren't winning games? Isn't that around about that time? So plus the transfer window was open. So they've got a keeper who's got a broken finger. They're playing him because they don't rate the backup, Frank Fielding, who, to be honest with you, isn't very good. He played again. He did play. I think that was in January, or was it for early February, when he played against Bristol City in the FA Cup, and he was not very good at all. One of the worst teams in the league, Bristol City, and we got smashed 3-0 by them. So they were playing Bart with a broken finger, with a brace, a splint on his finger, and that actually coincided with our poor run, our dismal run. I think our run went from November to January, so but it may have just been the tail end of it. So there you go. That's so when I saw this morning, I was like, so that explains our poor run then. The geezer had a broken finger and he's playing in goal. So, but then if he's got a broken finger and he's playing in goal and we're not getting results, we're letting in silly little goals. We're not able to keep clean sheets, and then you got to wonder they couldn't bring a keeper in, like an experienced keeper. We've done that plenty of times in the past. You know, like a really old keeper just to come in. If they don't rate Frank Fielding, I mean, maybe they did try to sign one and one that no one was interested, or the ones at the Premier League clubs, because they've got like third and fourth keepers now. Oh, they sign keepers just to play in practice squads, to give their forwards someone half decent to shoot against, rather than like an 18-year-old kid. So if none of them wanted to come, or we weren't allowed to sign them, we didn't want to sign them, then you got to think that's got to be a contributing factor to our poor form, with the keeper having a broken finger, even though no one knew about it, and now we know about it, and the failure of the management to bring someone in for like a month or two until his finger sorted itself out. That's like, them's the margins, mate. You want to get in the playoffs, them's the margins. But anyway, so I saw that and I thought quite interesting, interesting. And if you saw my Player of the Season contemplation video, you'll see I thought that Bart was a bit, he wasn't playing as well as he did last year's season. So now I know why. He had a broken finger. So there's that. Let's move on now. This is millfc.co.uk. It's Millwall's official club website, and they've advertised 2 jobs on the site today. This is the first of them. I'm going to talk you through it. It says Lions seeking head of first team recruitment analysis. Your chance to work for the club. Millwall Football Club is looking to enhance the player recruitment department by appointing a new head of first team recruitment analysis. They will play an important role in the club's decision-making process by identifying, assessing, monitoring and recommending potential players for the club which fit the internal player profiles and performance indicators. It says for a full job description and details of how to apply, click here. And the closing date is Monday the 26th of April, so not long, just over a week. But I hope they did the same thing for a head of recruitment, and to be honest, I think it was already set up, so I imagine they have to, like a council job contract, they have to put it out to tender. But they've probably already got someone lined up, so I hope it's not stitch up and they actually if someone half decent comes in, they actually listen to them and maybe consider appointing them. Anyway, so I clicked on the link to bring it up. So 35 hours a week, being based at the training ground in Bromley, and it's responsible to the head of recruitment. So Harvey Bustle guy, you've seen the video, I did that when he joined in January, I think it's January 2nd or January 1st. I did a video on him, and you can go back and watch that. It says Millwall Football Club are looking to enhance the player recruitment department by appointing a new head of first team recruitment analysis. They will play an important role in the club's decision making process by identifying, assessing, monitoring and recommending potential players for the club that fit the internal player profiles and performance indicators. They will take a proactive lead in identifying players at first team level, and therefore will need to have a minimum of 2 years of experience of working in elite football, in player data analysis delivery or scouting video live. So there's that. So key duties: have a passion for football, a positive engaging personality and a desire for continued learning, be analytically curious and innovative, be an effective collaborator and value team success, have excellent organizational abilities with experience of leading people or managing projects, be decisive with an ability to present evidence and influence others, have excellent presentation and communication skills, have an ability to work using their own initiative and adapt quickly to changing requirements whilst managing various tasks, operate within the rules of professional confidentiality regarding club and player information, work flexibly and be open to attend matches by travelling in the UK and in Europe. Only UK, Irish and EU citizens with settled status may apply for this position. And essential requirements: have responsibility for demonstrating which players meet internal performance indicators through the use of data on an ongoing basis in designated leagues, manage and develop player databases, provide due diligence in laid information surrounding potential players and recommendations, create and deliver player presentations including data comparisons of target players, lead a small team of video scouts and an analyst including mentoring and task setting. So I imagine what this is going to be, what it sounds like, is they're going to say we want a tricky dribbling striker type player, and they're going to go out and they're going to go, I imagine, through leagues in the UK and Europe, and they're going to look for one, and they're going to do that by eye and then by analysing the data that you get from websites like whoscored.com and probably even better websites like that, the Optas and that, and then they're going to just track them, keep tracking them and see if they're getting better or getting worse, and seeing, and then probably so comes a time when we need to sign a player. You'll just pull a name out of the hat and say, yeah, this player, let's sign him, rather than how it happens now is like probably the agents come to the club or out of contract players come to the club saying, I'm local to the area, do you want to, I'm interested in, I need a new club, are you interested, how much you're offering, that kind of thing. So there's that job there. And then we've also got this, which from millfc.co.uk, and it says Millwall Football Club is looking to enhance the player recruitment department by appointing a new senior scout to cover the geographical territory from the Midlands to the south, stretching from South Wales to East Anglia. They will play an important role in the club's decision-making process by identifying, assessing, monitoring and recommending potential players for the club which fit the internal player profiles and performance indicators. For a full job description and details of how to apply, click here. And when you do that, you get taken to this page, and basically the same thing as we just read on the thing. They will take a proactive lead in identifying players at first team and development squad level, and therefore will need to have a minimum 2 years experience of working in an elite environment within the UK and in assessing players via video and live scouting. They will have thorough knowledge through a variety of players and leagues. So this one is a scout from basically the first team and youth team level across the whole of southern Britain, from South Wales to East Anglia. Well, I don't think, does that mean including in Wales? I wouldn't think so. Would it be? Don't know. Maybe it just means from the South Wales border to East Anglia. Otherwise they would say the coast, wouldn't they? Otherwise they would say the Irish Sea, from the Irish Sea to East Anglia. They're saying from South Wales to East Anglia. So I'm assuming that means from the South Wales border. But there you go. Key duties: observe and report on players across designated leagues to support the player recruitment process through video and live scouting. Attend a minimum of 15 live matches per month, forming a strategic approach towards covering matches in the territory and structure video scouting tasks. Provide due diligence in layered information surrounding potential players and recommendations. You will have existing positive relationships with player representatives. You will manage part-time scouts within the territory, including mentoring and task setting. You will have the ability to operate software platforms, YS Scout and ISF Scout 7. Be familiar with other industry platforms and willingness to learn others. To keep up to date with rules surrounding player eligibility, deliver an involving player recruitment tasks in consultation with the head of recruitment. Essential requirements: have a passion for football, positive engaging personality and a desire for continued learning. Be an effective collaborator and value team success. Have excellent organisational abilities with experience of leading people or managing projects. So there you go. It says home based with occasional need to attend the training ground, and you'll be going to 15 live matches per month. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? What's that? More than 2 per week, 3 a week. So I suppose you go Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I imagine you'll be doing that. Some youth games are on Fridays, so you could be going to a game most games. But who pays for that? Is you take it out of your own money, or they pay you petrol money. They give you a company car and a Shell garage card to pay petrol for. Damn. So 15 live matches per month, and then you've got to watch games on video. So you think it's an easy job? It's not an easy job. I mean, you've got to love football or don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. You've got to be like, you got to be dedicated and into it. You know what I mean? Like you think, oh yeah, I'll be a scout. I'll watch football. You got to go 15 live matches, including ones not your own team. You won't be going to Millwall games. I mean, you could if the opposition are playing Millwall, then you could go away and watch. But that would be like the youth team and that. In the Championship, you won't be watching Millwall. Yeah, so there you go. There's that. But so I've just shown you two jobs advertised for the recruitment, but what is the actual head of recruitment then doing then? I thought he was brought in to identify the players then. So he's not? What is he doing? He doesn't actually seem to be doing anything. He says, so internal player profiles and performance indicators. So I suppose the head of recruitment, this Harvey Bustle guy, he's speaking to Rowett or Kavanagh, whoever, and he's choosing the player profiles and performance indicators. And then he just tells these two people that he's going to hire, go and follow what I've just picked up. But like I said, so they've advertised these two jobs, but I don't know if they did the same to the head of recruitment, and they ended up by hiring Gary Rowett's mate. So how open is this process? If you fit the criteria and you apply for it, will you actually get a fair listen to, or do they already have a couple of people lined up who have worked in the Midlands for either Gary Rowett or this Harvey Bustle guy? We will see, won't we? We'll see. When they announce who comes in, and then we find out that they're best buddies with Gary Rowett again. Anyway, we've got a game tomorrow. Don't forget, even though the season's done, we still got to play 5 more games. Don't worry about that. So tomorrow's game is away at Brentford. It's Mill's first game in their new stadium. It's a shame we can't be there, isn't it? Not yet, anyway. Fans are allowed back in after May the 17th, but that's tough shit for the Championship and the EFL, because our season's done by then. So isn't that a funny coincidence that they set the date? They set the date for after when our season's done. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's strange how that worked out. Fucking cunts. Moving on. So this is from whoscored.com. It's a preview of tomorrow's game. Brentford versus Millwall. Bees versus the Lions. Biblical. It's going to be biblical. So here we go. This is the previous last 6 matches from Brentford versus Millwall. And as you can see, well, these were all at Griffin Park. Brentford are playing in a new stadium. And Brentford actually doing quite well for a team that's in a new stadium. They're in 4th in the league. Usually when a team moves to a new stadium, they get a bit of a wobble on. But I imagine without any fans being there, the fans, the strangeness of the fans hasn't crept in yet, because they're not there. And I imagine when a team moves stadiums, the fans move around, although most of them will be the same. they move around in different pockets, and the noise comes from different areas, and everyone has to settle in. Where are the oiks and where are all the rah-rahs, the prawn sandwich brigade, and that all gets settled in, and it takes 3 or 4 seasons. But Brentford have hit the ground running, and as I've said, they're 4th in the league. But you can see here, so these last 6 matches here are all at Griffin Park. So could this be an indicator? Probably not, but we'll talk about it anyway, because what else are you going to do? So you can see here, the last time we won against Brentford away, they had a player sent off. It was on Boxing Day in 2006, and we won 4-1. The two after that, 2-2 draws, both of them, and the last 3 games have been a Brentford 1-0 win, a Brentford 2-0 win, a Brentford 3-2 win. So not looking good for Millwall in terms of history. So in the form table, oh no, this is the actual table. So in the actual table, you can see Brentford had a bit of wobble on, actually, but 4 draws. Last 6 games, 2 wins, 4 draws. Whereas Millwall, actually 4 wins and 2 losses. So actually we got more points than them, it would seem. But as they stand in the table now, to win 9th, they're 4th. They've got goal difference of plus 31. Can you believe that? Blimey. Team that scores goals. Must be great to be a Brentford fan. But we've got a goal difference of plus 1. 30 goal difference there. Jesus, 30 goal difference. Yeah, wow. They've scored 71 goals, 40 against. We've scored 41, 40 against. It's similar defences, but massively different attacks. Anyway, so that's the table as it stands. Form table. Oh, pretty similar. Yeah. So there you go. They haven't lost in the last 6 games, but they've only won 2. We've won 4 and lost 2. They've only conceded 4 but scored 10. And we've scored equal amount, 7-7, and conceded 7. So there you go. But we're actually higher in the form table, 5th to 6th. The last games that the teams played, you can see, look, they walloped Preston 5-0 away. But their home game, so their home game, the last home game was against Birmingham. They only drew 0-0. So the stadium, like I was saying, the new stadium could be a factor. We could break the Griffin Park hoodoo and go and smash Brentford at their new stadium. It could be a possibility, because these teams are battling relegation. Birmingham, so that was an easy game there. But the game before that against Nottingham Forest, who were pretty mid-table, I think, that was 1-1. So there you go. Let me go back up here and check the home form, actually. Yeah, they're actually doing quite well at home. Or no, let me check the standings home. Yeah, they're still doing quite well at home. They're 7th in the home table, Millwall 14th. What about the away table? We're quite high in the away table. So if you take our away form and pitch it against Brentford's home form, could possibly be a draw. So we're 6th in the away standings. This isn't form. This is over the season. We've got 30 points, in away games, and Brentford have 37. So there you go. Not all hope is lost to Millwall fans watching this. A whole list of things there. I'm not gonna read through them, but you can see a lot of very strong strengths for Brentford. Only one very weak. They've just got a lot going on there. Look at that. Compared to us, they've got a lot going on. So what does it say? It says match forecast. Millwall will make a comeback if they go behind. Very likely. Brentford will dominate possession. Likely. There will be a low number of cards shown, likely. Millwall will score a long shot, likely. Millwall will dominate in the air, likely. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look now at the prediction. So, these are the players out. Hutchinson and Leonard for Millwall. Dalsgaard, Baptiste, Rico Henry and John Da Silva out for Brentford. Team news: Thomas Frank is expected to stick with last weekend's 3-4-1-2 system, with Christian Norgard starting at centre-back. Right-back Henrik Dalsgaard will miss the rest of the season with a knee injury, but will return before the start of the next campaign. Gary Rowett could make just one change for the short trip across the capital, with central midfielder and former Brentford midfielder Ryan Woods returning to the starting 11. Sean Hutchinson remains sidelined with a calf injury, so Murray Wallace will keep his place at the back. Yes, but where? Will he be on the right again? Or will they put George Evans there? Match facts: Brentford have seen under 2.5 goals in 7 of their last 8 matches against Millwall in all competitions. Brentford are undefeated in 16 of their last 17 home matches in the Championship. That's not good, is it? That's how many draws in there though? Brentford have won their last 3 home matches against Millwall in all competitions, and they say prediction: Brentford 2, Millwall 0. Brentford ended a run of 4 consecutive league draws in an emphatic fashion last weekend, hammering a managerless Preston side 5-0 on the road. Bees have lost just one of their last 17 home league games ahead of this London derby. Millwall fancied heading into their home game against playoff contenders Swansea last weekend, but the Lions were ultimately outclassed in a 3-0 defeat. Gary Rowett's side have still won 3 of their last 4 league games, but face another tough test here. So, and they say Brentford 2, Millwall 0. I think it all depends on what Gary Rowett does and the team he picks. So we've got Wallace and Bennett again. They're playing with him up front, but he didn't really do anything in the last game. So we'll see if they'll get out. He said he's going to experiment, so we'll see. Will he play with Bradshaw or Bodvarsson and start with him? We'll see. And what does he do at the back? I reckon he's going to bring Ryan Woods in, even though he's a lone player and he's not going to be here next season. So, but he's here anyway, so you might as well use him. Yeah. Will they get some? Will bring Kifton Beld into man mark even Tony? Look how many goals Tony's got. 29 this season. I think he's on set to break a scoring record in the Championship, I believe. 29 goals. Can you believe that? So maybe Kefton Beld man marks him. We've seen Jimmy Abdu do that in the recent past. That would, if Rowett does that, that would say to me that he knows what he's doing, and he's figured something out. And he is experimenting. If he does that, that would be something to behold. We'll see how it goes. But I think we could get a draw, but I think it's going to be 2-1 to Brentford, to be honest with you. So that's what I think. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Thank you for watching this video. Bye for now.